let's move into our next topic, and that is, why is 50% of the rides less than the IRS?
Mhm. I mean, I'm seeing
So
on the chat's
this is
flying,
Dave's
Chris.
this is Dave's corner right now.
Dave's
And
corner. Dave, what's up, Dave? Great driver
actually,
in Vegas, by the way. So
we should. This is D2. We could go D2 because Dave is talking about David Risher here.
yeah,
I don't know why, but yes, it says IRS says 72.5 cents a mile to drive. Half the ride offers pay less than that.
yeah.
Quick tip: pay $1 or more per mile on all rides. My acceptance rate will be just fine. Absolutely, that is true. Until
Mhm.
then, kindly store your passive aggressive claptrap. And it's the quick tip to boost your pay. Accepting more rides can help you
Yeah.
earn. Your
Uh-huh.
acceptance rate is below your city's average. Well,
Uh-huh.
it's very simple. I look at my costs associated with driving. I look at the ride offer that's coming in, and I say, not a fucking chance.
Mhm. Well, I mean, look, man, this is pretty simple, okay? You pay the driver, they'll accept. You don't pay the driver, they're going to decline and recline. That's it. You guys need to learn that, Uber and Lyft. Haven't you guys figured this shit out already? Chris had actually a great video come out today. It's about the new acceptance rate quests that we talked about last week. Why are all these shenanigans necessary? Like, what? Just
Yeah,
pay. You
just pay.
pay.
Just
I
pay. It's
mean,
simple.
simple. Show them the money, and then they'll be okay. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is Dave. Dave from Vegas. He's a great driver in Vegas, and we have it behind the wheel. We've done it behind the wheel with Dave actually. So yeah, and he goes dollar or more at least, because dollar actually should be the minimum per mile,
Yeah.
unless you're driving a
Listed
car
now.
that's like an 8-year-old Prius with a 30 cent per cost per mile. Then yeah, you can accept maybe $1, but it shouldn't even be $1. It should be a little bit more than that. I'm pretty sure. So,
At this
but I like
point, it should probably be $1.25 a mile at
yeah,
least.
$1.25. Yeah. Well, like Minnesota has that, Boston has that, Seattle. We're at $1.60 now. So, but I like the lift nudge on the bottom here. You accept if you accept
More
more.
rides to help you earn more.
Yeah, I mean, you just accept,
Okay.
accept. You make $23 an hour. It's good. Yeah.
But if I could, if I could extrapolate my external expenses and just push it onto the fare, and then everything I make is profit,
Oh,
I'd be okay with that.
yeah. Well, we
You
don't
know,
have external expenses, do we?
no, it's all rolled into the 42 cents a mile that they give you.
Yeah, we have. I think I'll bet you our external expenses are as high as Lyft and Uber's are. Because we drive something on the car. It
Yeah,
doesn't run on air. It's like,
in some circumstances, yes. But the reality is, yeah. In chat, put in chat, how many rides are you coming in that are 50 cents a mile or 70 cents a mile, something that's less than the IRS rate at 72 and a
mm,
half cents, and
mm,
then versus above that?
most
Is it
screenshots I'm
50%?
getting are below 72 and a half. Most screenshots. I would say 80% of screenshots I'm getting is below that. But then you also have to figure out, see, in that upfront fare, the time component is always also there. So so it's kind of I don't know. But Matt
But
said right. He
it's
says it
all
should be
rolled
double.
into one, so it doesn't matter. Like there is no time or distance at this point. It's just
No.
the fare. And
Yeah.
so how do you extrapolate that out? There's no time involved. There's no mileage involved. Whatever it is, it's like 68 cents a mile if you did it. It doesn't count the timer or anything at that point.
Well, I mean, if you're taking trips that are 40, 50, 60 cents a mile, especially on longer trips, I see those a lot more on longer trips, medium to long
Mhm.
trips, they're 50, 60, 70 cents. You're paying Uber to drive. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Moral of the story for all drivers. First off, don't take the crap. It's okay to decline rides. And in fact, making those decisions to decline those types of rides is in your best interests. These companies are trying to get every single ride as quick as possible. And they are trying to do two things. They're trying to see how much the passenger will pay at the most amount, and that's where the trip is going to cost the passenger. And they're trying to pay the driver as little as possible. So they're not doing it for your best interest. So when you see something like that says accept more rides can help you earn, yes, you're right. It can help them earn, not you. So the reality is you need to know your costs. Gary Middleton has a great app. GigU has a great profit calculator to be able to figure out those costs associated with driving. Very simple and easy to do. If you don't take that 3.5 minutes to figure out your costs associated with driving, you shouldn't be driving anymore because you can't be doing that. So
Yeah, I mean, look,
get on one of
man.
those, check it out, get your costs, figure it out, and then say, oh, my costs is 45 cents to drive. I was accepting rides that were paying me 45 cents. I didn't make a damn thing.
Hey everyone, Sergio here with the Rideshare Guide. What do we say on Show Me the Money Club? Work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, which I have been for the past year and a half, you may be working a lot harder than you need to. Let's change that. Download the app, link your account where you can manage your income, track your expenses, as well as your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more money, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download the Solo app today. Begin to work smarter, not harder. Link is in the description. Let's get back to it.
The thing is with that, Chris, that blows my mind is that drivers don't figure out the cost per mile. Okay, this is something you're gonna do once in the life of your freaking car. Okay,
Yeah.
just once until you change cars. So, and that cost per mile is not going to fluctuate that much unless, let's say, your tires approximately are going to cost the same thing. Your oil changes are going to cost the same thing. Your insurance may go up, so you may bump it up a couple of pennies here and there. Your depreciation is in there. What else is going to change? It's the same car you're going to drive for 200,000 miles. So you should, approximately your cost per mile is. And then when you look at the trip, then you can make a much easier decision, a profitable decision, as opposed to break even or, public service kind of a thing you're doing, driving for 50 cents a mile.
Honestly, at this point, you're driving just as blind as you were before upfront fares. You might see the fare that's coming in, but the problem is you don't know how that's calculated. You don't know the per mile, per time, per whatever that they're calculating. Oh, it's based on 72 different factors. No, it's based on the simplest thing. How low can I go that this driver will accept that ride? Plain and simple. That is their algorithm when it comes to upfront fares. Yeah, we show you the upfront fare, the pickup and the drop off, and the price there. The reality is, if you don't understand your costs, you're driving as blind as you were before, not knowing where the pickup and drop off were.
Yeah, you got to know your costs, man. Treat it as like we did in the rapid fire. Treat it as a business. This is your business. You drive 10 hours, 20 hours, 50 hours, 80 hours. This is your business. If you are running a hamburger store, you know your food cost, you know your insurance, you know your utilities, you know all this stuff, labor cost. Why don't you know your shit in your car? It's only one car you're going to drive, so you should know. You should know. It'll help you. Trust me, guys. It'll help you make more money. Not only more money, but more profitable, more profits. We need profits.
Yeah, it's about working smarter, not harder. They want you to work harder, not smarter. Plain and simple.
Yep.
So, and that text completely proves it. Accept more to earn. I mean, even in the video that I posted today, if you didn't watch it, go after the episode or today's episode and check it out, because I'm talking about the AR acceptance. If you're cherry picking, the chances are you're probably going to make more money cherry picking than taking the AR quest.
Oh, for sure.
A little juicier, but the reality is, can you even hit it? Can you even mathematically get to that with a cancellation acceptance rate? Or are they gonna just feed you crap offers because they know they can, and you're gonna make less overall? So the moral of the story is, don't fall for the games. You're in it for yourself, and you need to be aware of those types of costs and everything associated. And yeah, it's one time. It's super easy. It's less than 5 minutes to figure out your costs, and you can figure it out. You know what's going on. And then you make smarter decisions based on that, because you're not driving blind anymore. You know, hey, this ride is coming in at 47 cents. Nope, can't take it. 2 cents a mile? That's a joke. If you come in, oh, this one's 95 cents a mile. Okay, that's doable because it covers my costs, and then I make some profit on top of that. So, it all comes down to that.
Yeah, I mean, besides the cost per mile, all this, Chris, a lot of people do this for cash flow. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's not positive cash. I mean, cash flow is not going to get you anywhere other than 60,000 miles on your car and a bad back in a year. That's where it's going to get you in a trash car. That's where it's going to get.
Yeah, and then on top of it, buying a brand new car. Like, oh, come on.
Don't.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you get notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.